Hello, and welcome to Did You Know Gaming Extra. Today we'll be talking about video games based on movies. Licensed games are notorious for their low quality. This is usually a result of the games being rushed to release alongside a film or TV show, as well as having little to no input from the original creators. This rushed production and lack of supervision usually leads to oversights, some of which can result in a backlash. One such controversy affected 2002's Spiderman game, which was made to tie into the movie of the same name. The game has several cheat codes which can change Spider-Man's appearance. This includes a police officer, a scientist, and even Mary Jane Watson. If the player enters the cheat code Girl Next Door, they can play as Mary Jane for the entire game. Though it seems innocent enough, it changes the game's ending in a rather bizarre way. At the end of the game, Spider-Man and Mary Jane are supposed to kiss. However, if the player has the Mary Jane skin, it will appear as if Mary Jane is kissing herself. The Girl Next Door code was removed from later versions of the game, presumably because of the bizarre, vaguely incestuous or masturbatory girl-on-girl kiss in an E-rated game. From an E-rated game to an M-rated one. The director of the original Godfather movie, Francis Ford Coppola, has a somewhat strong dislike of the Godfather game. Coppola has stated that he wasn't consulted or even informed about the development of a video game adaptation of his films. He later went on to say that he felt the game mishandled characters, saying, "They use the characters everyone knows, and they hire those actors to be there, and only to introduce minor characters. And then for the next hour, they shoot and kill each other. I had absolutely nothing to do with the game, and I disapprove. I think it's a misuse of film." With that said, GamesIndustry.biz pointed out that Coppola's statement of being unaware of the project is contradicted by an earlier claim from the game's producer, David D. Martini. Martini told GamesIndustry.biz, "We've met with Coppola on one occasion, and we shared with him what our vision was for the game, and where we were going to go. He isn't choosing to participate in the project, but he did invite us up to the Coppola winery, where he has his own private library. He's got a lot of materials from the original Godfather productions. He invited us up there to take a look around, and we sent 4 or 5 people for a week. While it isn't clear who is actually telling the truth, what is clear is that Coppola felt unhappy with the end result of the game." Another film adaptation, Mission Impossible on the PlayStation, has several unused items within its data. These include a communicator, a .45 caliber gun, an M16, and oddly enough, condoms. The item description reads, "Condoms. Once the mission is over and Candice awaits, there's no better choice than the ribbed black ones. For extra pleasure. You don't want to save the world, evade enemy armies, only to get AIDS but some dumb hooker?" Another licensed title with curious content is the NES title Ghostbusters. The game has several major programming differences between its international and Japanese releases. The initial Japanese release featured an oversight in which the Ghost Alarm's purchase price was lower than its resale value. This meant that players could buy the alarm and sell it repeatedly for a profit, allowing them to reach the end building early. This wasn't the game's only issue, however, as the Japanese version had a host of other problems. One example is the game's ending text, which reads from the wrong place in the code. As a result, the Japanese release of the game doesn't show the ending screen or credits at the end of the game. Instead, it only shows a black screen, followed by the text Riri, meaning Lily, scrolling onto it. With the international release, we instead see the infamous, poorly translated congratulation screen. And now, for this episode's random piece of trivia. Today we're talking about Legacy of Kain Blood Omen for the PC and original PlayStation. Toward the end of the game's credits at the special thanks section, "Coffee Guy" is humorously yelled by an unidentified voice. Coffee Guy! According to Crystal Dynamics' Chris Bruno, the phrase was shouted by Dennis Dyack, who would yell out, "Coffee Guy" to the team whenever the catering truck would show up in the parking lot. And if you want to see some more facts, take a look at the video on the left, or if you're feeling like being alternative, you can take a look at the video on the right. If you enjoyed yourself, you know what to do. You can give the video a like, or you could always subscribe and then you'll see all of the videos when we put them out. Not only that, but you'd be helping out the channel and making me a rather happy little puppy.